The Mega Man franchise is one of my favorite franchises in gaming, period. It's like there's not much you can really say that hasn't already been said. It's just a great franchise of games that, you know, anyone can really pick up and play, whether it's difficult or not. I know the difficulty may drive some people away, Cole, but it's like they're just really fun games once you get down to it. You're just running and shooting. That's about it. You take people's weapons or abilities, whatever, and like your Kirby or something, just more time consuming. Kirby, I guess you have to beat a boss too in order to get the schematic, but whatever. And I kind of have a friend to thank for this because he really got me into the Mega Man series. It's like I went over to his house back in second grade and I saw this toy. It looked cool, so I was messing around with it, and he said, I have to put that away. It's just embarrassing. And I'm just like, no reason to be embarrassed. And that toy was actually Mega Man.exe from the Battle Network series. And I'm like, no need to be embarrassed. But then again, I have this little fucker, so I guess I can't say much of anything now, can I? And I'm just like, okay, alright. I just went okay. I said okay and went with it. In 6th grade, last year of elementary school, actually getting closer to the end of that year, right? And, I just had to go like, alright, almost over. Stuff was going on. But he told me that this little motherfucker was confirmed for a Super Smash Bros. Games. Now, prior to that, I've only played Melee once and Brawl 3 times, and I wasn't really hooked on it, probably because I suck. And while I'm not good, I don't suck as much as I used to. I actually, know what I'm doing. Because the introduction of Omega stages kind of really helped. And I'm just like, okay, bet. And then I looked it up because I had a computer at the time. I mean, I still do, but that's besides the point. I looked it up, and just look at this trailer. Now, if that isn't one of the best Smash trailers you've ever seen, you officially don't know good trailers for characters. This was such a good trailer. My 12 going on 13-year-old mind was blown, and I'm just like, I'm so hyped right now. Like, I'm hyped. Hype train goes through the roof right now. It's about to explode. And lo and behold, I got Smash 3DS like a fucking month after the game came out. For Wii U, anyway. I didn't get a Wii U till like 2016, and I don't have it anymore. But it's from long lasting. I do now have a Switch, so I will probably end up. Well, not even probably. I will end up going over Mega Man and Super Smash Bros. 4 and Ultimate because I want to see how he plays in comparison. Because there are some differences as a Mega Man main, as a proud Mega Man main. There are some differences, but that's rambling a little too much. Like, I'm just really excited to do this because of the fact that I really just want to show why I love these games, why I love this series. But there's one downside. We're kind of starting on, I don't know, weird note here. We're going to start off with Mega Man Fully Charged, which is the newest Mega Man show, and Mega Man does not have the best track record when it comes to TV shows. But if I'm honest, I don't really mind it. I'm gonna get into why, but I don't really mind it. I honestly want you guys to give it a chance. I'm gonna go over why, and after that, then that's when the real meat kicks in. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and kids, Children of all ages, welcome to the Megathon.
What makes a hero? Someone who fights for unity.
This is what you're in for. This is exactly what you're in for when you watch Mega Man Fully Charged. Now, it's gonna look a little weird because I am using episodes that I got off the internet because, you know, I don't want to buy this show. It's not that good to where I would want to buy it, but there are good moments in it. Like, for example, when Mega Man gets all acrobatic and whatnot, I'm like, now that's a callback to X. This show is basically a nostalgia fest, and I can't say it any differently at this point. Each episode is as long as every episode of Mega Man Star Force, that anime that no one really talks about except for 2 people. But they're about as long. They're like 11 minutes long per episode, so it's not really time consuming. I've watched the first 25 within 2 days. And that's just with me getting tired and wanting something to eat. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this show is all the callbacks. Like, there's so many callbacks to the series as a whole, not just classic, not just X, but as a whole. Like, all, like, Fireman, Iceman, Electman, and Gutsman, Airman are there. Drillman's even there, and who the fuck remembers Drillman? Then we have the X references. The costume itself, while I hate it with a dying passion, that's kind of an X callback, because the helmet looks more like, you know, X's helmet, along with the, you know, body of armor. Technically, that's the whole costume itself is more akin to X, and it actually looks pretty cool when it lights up when it's a nighttime scene. That is the one thing I will give this costume. At night, it actually looks pretty cool, but otherwise, it's a terrible costume that I never want to see in a Mega Man game, unless they make a game based off of this, which, for the love of God, please don't. Another thing I really like about this show, and it's like another callback, is the fact that Mega Man can only hold a certain amount of abilities at once, and that's a callback to the Mega Man Battle Network series, where Mega Man.exe could only hold like 3 abilities at a time. And while yes, he would be fucked if he didn't have the ability that he needed to take on said Robot Master, or in this case, schematics that he needed to take on said Robot Master. I'm sorry, schematics kind of sounds better to me, so I'm going to refer it as schematics from this point onward until I get to a video game. But I really just like how he's fucked if he doesn't have that, because, you know, it's a nice callback to a series no one fucking liked. So there's callbacks all around. Even, like, I'm pretty sure Suna is supposed to be like the role from Mega Man Legends, and you know what, I'm okay with this, because in the Mega Man Legends games, Roll was a human. In this, Suna's a human. Aki, as they call him, it's short for Akira, and that name's retarded, but I like it better than Mega, and I will complain more about naming issues later on in this series of videos. But she's the only human out of the 2. Like, there's like Aki, Rush, and Suna, and those are like the 3 characters you need to remember. But aside from that, the side characters like Dr. Wily, oops, did I say that wrong? Oh yeah, sorry. Dr. Wily is nowhere to be found, except you have this kid named Burt Wily, which makes me mad to no degree because of the fact that I didn't grow up with this, man. Like, I knew Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily is the main antagonist of this show. Like, he should have been anyway. But, you know, I guess they want to do a new take with a new villain that no one really remembers, because I don't even remember his name off the top of my head at the time of this recording, so I guess he's not important or he just sucked. But literally, it's great with all the references. It's like the OKKO Sonic episode where you had Nostalgia Fest galore, and this you actually get to see things go down while these references are happening, not just in one episode, but it's all across the series, and I really enjoy that. I like how they're trying to cater to the old fans while still trying to pull in some new fans as well, and I think that was really cool. I think that was a really smart move on their part. And another thing I will say, that transformation scene, just look at this. Holy shit. That transformation scene literally gave me chills when I first saw it. I'm like, ooh, that's actually really good. Because not only is it not poorly animated, but it's like the beginning reminds me of, well, while I'm going into this, I'm just going to say this right now, a lot of the soundtrack to this show are 8-bit remixes, which remind me of the old games. Like the old 8-bit games, Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Yeah. Trust me, I had to think about that. There's too many fucking Mega Man games. Most of them are good, though. But anyway, there's so many references, callbacks, music-wise, too. And I'm just like, I just really like this. This is really unique because of the fact that you even get some new remixes of Fireman's theme. You get some Woodman's, which actually isn't too bad. And Iceman is just like a little kid. And speaking of little kid, oh my god, what they did with the schematics is great. Like, that's genius. I love that. I will forever say this. This show gets the schematics perfectly, and then some, actually, because of the fact that in the first episode, the one you're looking at now, Mega Man absorbs, like, he just absorbs Fireman's weapon, right? But he also gets extra pissed off, and I'm just like, ooh, that was smart. Ooh, that was smart. That was too smart for this show, but it works. And that was just a really smart take. This is a kid's show, and you have to acknowledge as such. It doesn't really get too dark. I really want you guys, whoever watches this, to give this show a shot. You have to go into it remembering the thing I just repeated that I'm not going to repeat again, and that it's a different universe with a bunch of callbacks. If you like Mega Man, you might find some enjoyment in this show, as I did, because I love Mega Man, and I actually found a little bit of enjoyment. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. It's not a show I would go out of my way to watch, but it's just nice to sit down and watch something really lighthearted about a franchise you love with all these references hitting you in the face. That's all, folks. And please, just give this show a shot. I don't think you'll really regret it. Anyway, that's it for this episode thingy, review, whatever. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. So, just a little quick tidbit thing. This video was made, edited, and pretty much rendered in the span of like 7 hours, maybe. I don't know. I've been working on this since like 9:30, so whatever. I'm gonna try to stop doing that because as the series goes on, I'm going to just take my time and edit all of this in small increments and not stress myself over this, and actually have some energy because I was recording this pretty late at night. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.